GR IAS Academy.
Hello everyone, welcome to GR IAS Academy. Today we are on day 12 of Mission Surya Programme. It is a 100-day prelims marathon program in which we will be discussing 100 important themes from current affairs for prelims 2026. So let's see the topics for today. So today's theme is important indices and reports from environment. It is the part 2 of this theme. Part 1 we have covered yesterday. So please watch that video if you have not watched it yet. Let's see the first topic for today. That is emission gap report. It is released by UNEP. So what is meant by emission gap? It is nothing but the gap between emission cuts promised by the countries and the actual emission cuts that are required to limit the global warming up to 1.5 to 2 degrees centigrade from pre-industrial levels by 2100. So these are nothing but the nationally determined contributions, and this is the Paris climate target. So we have fixed these at COP21, which has happened in 2015 at Paris. So according to the emission gap report 2025, if the countries fully implement their nationally determined contributions, global warming would be limited up to 2.3 to 2.5 degrees centigrade. If countries do not fully implement their NDCs and just stuck to the current policies, the warming would reach up to 2.8 degrees centigrade. So the first point is that in both the cases, it is still greater than the 1.5 to 2 degrees centigrade, which is the Paris climate target. So the second thing is that even if countries implement NDCs fully, the difference is not very big. There is just 0.3 degrees Celsius difference. That means our NDCs are not ambitious enough. So that is the observations of the report, and also it says that out of this 1.3 degrees centigrade, 1/3 of the change is due to the change in statistical methods. So 1/3 is due to statistical change. So the actual change because of the emission reductions is only the 2/3. And also because of the US withdrawal from the Paris Agreement in Jan 2026, we will still fall behind the target. So that's all. Let's see the next topic. That is Global Wetland Outlook 2025. It is released by Convention on Wetland, that is Ramsar Convention. So it is developed by the team, that is Scientific and Technical Review Panel under Ramsar. So according to this report, out of all the wetlands present globally, African wetlands are most degraded. And also since 1970, we have lost approximately 20% of the total wetlands all over the world. And if we do not take any urgent action, by 2050, we will be losing 1/5 of the total wetlands present today. So these are the observations of this report. Let's see the next report. So the next topic is Bonn Climate Change Conference. It is an annual meeting planned under UNFCCC. What is UNFCCC? It is the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, which was signed at the historic Rio Earth Summit, which was happened on 5th of June 1992. So Bonn Conference is an annual meeting under this UNFCCC. So there is something called as Global Goal on Adaptation. It is established under Paris Agreement 2015. So it proposes a common global goal for adaptation and climate resilience. So in this Bonn Conference, which has happened recently, they have defined the concrete and measurable indicators in order to reach the adaptation goals. So that's all about this topic. Let's see the next report. Next report is ENVISTATS India 2025. This is the 8th edition. It is released by Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation under the Government of India. So it basically publishes data on various environment related parameters. So that data will be used for policy planning, climate action and the sustainable development. It releases data with respect to 6 components. There is something called as Framework for the Development of Environmental Statistics, that is FDES 2013. This is an internationally used framework to collect data, that is environmental data. These 6 components were taken from FDES 2013. So those 6 components are actually related to environmental resource use, carbon emissions, environmental degradation and protection and management, etc. So this is all about this report. Let's see the next topic, that is World Solar Report. World Solar Report is released during the 7th Assembly of International Solar Alliance, that is ISA. The 7th Assembly has happened at New Delhi, and so it is about the advancements happening globally with respect to solar energy. There were other reports also released in that assembly. They are World Solar Market Report, World Investment Report, World Technology Report and Green Hydrogen Readiness Assessment for African countries. So ISA basically focuses on increasing the access to solar energy and other renewable energies. That's all. Let's move on to the next report. So next one is the Niti Aayog report on the India's electric vehicle market. It just assessed the present status, limitations or the challenges and the potential of electric vehicle market in India. It also focused on the policy support or the infrastructural support required for the growth in this sector. So just remember, Niti Aayog has published a report on the electric vehicle market. That's it. Let's see the next topic. That is International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA. So this agency publishes comprehensive data on the renewable energy capacity, renewable energy generation and investments all over the world. So according to this, in 2024, there was an increased renewable energy capacity by nearly 20% compared to the previous year. So 20% of renewable energy capacity was added overall globally. Because of that, there were reductions in the fossil fuel usage and fossil fuel costs. So because of 20% renewable energy capacity addition, there were significant global cost savings. That is all about this report. Let's see the next one. So this is Global Landscape of Climate Finance 2025 report. It is published by Climate Policy Initiative, CPI. So generally, less developing countries or low income countries need climate finance or funding to transition towards the cleaner energy technologies. So this report basically tracks the status of climate finance. So according to this, in 2023, we have reached up to $1.9 trillion of climate finance, which is 15% increase compared to the previous year. So that's all, it just tracks the climate finance status. Let's see the next report. That is Global Energy Review 2025. It is done by International Energy Agency. It just analyzes the impact of extreme weather events on the global energy demands. So in last few years, there were high temperatures overall. Because of that, there is sharp rise in energy demands all over the world. So according to this report, overall energy demand has increased by 20%, especially the demand for fuels like natural gas and electricity have increased. So that is all. For detailed notes regarding these topics, please visit our WhatsApp and Telegram channels. Links are provided in the description. And for more regular updates regarding Mission Surya program, please subscribe to GR IAS Academy YouTube channel. Thank you.